Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. It's another grey dawn. The sun's come up, but it is still rather grey today. It's Sunday. It's I can't remember, the 15th of November. It's the second Sunday before Advent, meaning there's only one more Sunday before Advent Sunday, and it's also the second Sunday in our new lockdown, the second Sunday where we've been banned from having services attended by the public in our church. Yesterday we recorded a Eucharist in St Paul's, and that's St Paul's, Northumberland, and not St Paul's Cathedral, of course, and we'll be putting that on YouTube and on Facebook and things in about half an hour. So please watch out for that film as we seek to share the Eucharist across this benefice, and to anyone else who wants to watch it. We're deliberately keeping these services short, a bit just under 25 minutes, so that people can join with us in them. It's also been a momentous week in politics, as they say. A week in politics is a long time, so the saying goes, and who could have thought that the events of this last week in British politics could begin to match the excitement of the American political scene at the moment? I don't say anything political about that, but it just shows that things can change really quite dramatically. But what about us and lockdown and the future? We've also had this marvellous news of the development of a vaccine that seems to be very effective, which also seems to be safe, and the final test will come in the next few days, I think in the next 7 days, and there's a possibility that some very key workers might even get the vaccine before Christmas, and I guess there's an unrolling programme of vaccines through the first half of 2021. Well, what does that mean for us? Well, it means quite a big difference. Let me just go to the scriptures today. Jesus is talking in the gospel today about using the talents we're given, whether it's 5 or 10 or 5 or 1, using the things that God gives us to the best of our ability and for the building of the kingdom. And says to us, if we don't use them, then we risk having them lost. And I think this is an important message for us as a society, as a community, and as people. This great breakthrough, using the skills of many, many medics and scientists, gives us an opportunity. It gives us an opportunity for looking at the future with the possibilities of opening up human interaction in a way that is much safer than it has been for the last 12 months, because it's almost a year ago that the COVID virus began. We didn't realise or act upon its seriousness for a couple of months, but for the last year, humanity has faced this virus. And we now have this opportunity of using vaccine, of using the treatments that we understand, of using the things that we also understand about our own safety, of fresh air, of space, and all these things, to begin to look at the way in which people can come back together again. And that, for me, is the key important issue. And I realise that I have a different view to some people. I went to a Zoom service yesterday where our new archdeacon was licensed, and it was really good to see her. But it was a very different experience to worshipping together as a Christian community. Very few of us have the vocation to be hermits, to be locked away completely. Most of us are social. And Christianity is about community. And in fact, most of what we do is about community as human beings. And the searing pain, I think, of the last 12 months has been the way in which it has chipped away at community. our inability to come together. Yes, we've been able to come together to worship, but except for those few Sundays in the summer when we were outside and there was a greater sense of being able to just stand around and talk at a distance, everything has been eroded. Several older people within my Christian communities have been in hospital or nursing homes, and I've been unable to visit them. All of these things have been very, very tricky. And above all, they've been tricky for them. It's hard for me not to be able to go and see people, but it's so much harder for someone to be in a nursing home or a hospital and not really able to see anyone in a meaningful way. And even visits that are regulated are not really the same as ordinary visits. So we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to come back together. Yes, albeit next spring or next summer. But the opportunity we have, we should use to again build community, to build fellowship, to build relationships, to use this unique opportunity and possibility that we're being given back to build our communities, to care for each other and to love one another. We are given these gifts and we must use them for the good of all. May God bless us going forward.